Hey guys, what's up? It's the Game Matrix 1000 here. Talking about a discussion here that a lot of gamers have raged war about for quite a few years, and they still will argue the issue over and over. And that is, which is the better system, Xbox 360 versus PlayStation 3? Which system is better? Well, here I'm just going to pretty much give my thoughts and opinions about these two systems, and also talk about their pros and cons. So first we'll talk about PlayStation 3, which is made by Sony. Now when PlayStation 3 first came out back in 2008 it was the most expensive system ever in the history of gaming. Console costing over the $500 to I think $600. This system, how much this system cost, making it the most expensive system on the planet. Now currently you can easily get a brand new PS3, brand new, unopened, for $300 at its new low price. But before then, the system was $500 at the time it came out. Now with the PlayStation 3, like I said, beautiful system. I like the original look of the PlayStation 3, the big one, rather than the little small one that they have now. The original PlayStation 3, absolutely just beautiful system with the gloss black finish. Looked like a heavy piece of expensive machinery, where you just show off to your friends, like, see that? That's mine. System was like $500, but like you might have paid $10,000 for it. Beautiful machinery, and plus it was a Blu-ray player. So it has a built-in Blu-ray player. So you take a PlayStation 3 with a built-in Blu-ray player versus how much it would cost you to buy just a regular Blu-ray player, and you would save yourself a couple of hundreds of dollars just buying a PS3 with the built-in Blu-ray player. So that's awesome, great. Another great thing about PlayStation 3 is that it has their internet service is free. This is great. Now a lot of PlayStation 3 owners criticize Xbox owners and bash Xbox owners and saying, well, Xbox owners have to pay for Live. We don't have to pay, ours is free. And I do agree with that to some extent. I understand. But I really don't play one side. I'm kind of on both sides of the fence when it comes to this certain discussion when it comes to both systems. Now I understand what PlayStation owners say, because I do agree. It doesn't make sense. If you already pay a monthly bill for your internet, why should you pay extra to use the internet on your system? Doesn't make sense when you're already paying a monthly bill for the internet. It's like you're paying for the internet twice. So I understand what they mean by that. But I also understand the side of Microsoft, because the money that the Xbox owners use to pay for Live, Microsoft takes that money and uses it constantly to upgrade their firewalls and security systems for their online access for Live, so that it won't get hacked like PlayStation 3's network previously suffered during the summer for nearly 2 months. So that's why Xbox charges their consumers for Live, because they use that money to update their software, their online software, unlike PlayStation 3, where it's an open book and anyone can just hack into it. So like I said, I understand both sides of the arguments here. I'm kind of on the fence of both. Now, the Xbox 360. Xbox 360 first came out. Oh, well, before I go into that, also too, when PlayStation 3 first came out, PlayStation 3 didn't have a lot of supporting titles. It had, if I remember correctly, it had about 8 to 10 games that came out for it. Now, yes, I know this is partly due to because a year and a half ago, Xbox was already out with their latest system. So of course they had the upper edge. But still, when Xbox 360 first came out, Xbox had quite a few titles. I think double, if not triple, the number of titles supporting the system, unlike PlayStation 3. And this kind of hurt, I think, PlayStation 3 for a while when it first came out, a little bit, just having not that many not that many games to support the system. And this kind of suffered not only during the first period when PS3 first came out, but it kind of even, I think, during the first year of PlayStation 3, it kind of suffered a little bit for the system, along with the outrageous price at that time. Now, with the Xbox 360. Xbox 360 coming out in 2007. Now, one of the biggest problems that Xbox 360s had, and a lot of PS3 owners bash Xbox owners for is the red ring of death. Now, the red ring of death is it occurs when the lasers within the system is burned and dried out, and it's just dead. Can't do anything with it. System still runs, but it can't read your disk or play anything because the laser is just, like I said, dead. Now, this was bad, but on the bright side of this was that because Microsoft were very aware of this, they offered anyone who had the red ring of death, in which I'm, not excusing myself, I had the red ring of death as well with my original 360. With the anyone who had those systems with the red ring of death, Xbox, Microsoft gave anyone who had the red ring of death free shipping and handling, and also free of charge for the services to fix the system. So this was great because I didn't have to spend a dime on shipping my system to them and they shipping it back to me, and also, of course, for hard work and labor that they had to put into fixing the system. I didn't have to pay a single dime at all. So because of this, I think Microsoft has a very great customer relationship service with their consumers versus PlayStation. Now, like I said, I'm only speaking from experience. I'm not a PlayStation owner. I don't know how Sony deals with their customer service. Their customer service is. I don't know how they do things with their PlayStation owners. But from my experience, Microsoft owners are absolutely fantastic with their customers. Not only during the red ring of death incident, but also just other stuff as well that I can speak from experience that they had no problem in helping out with, whatsoever. Now, with the Xbox 360 came out with a newer version, updated version, which I currently have, which is the Xbox Slim. Beautiful, awesome system. Similar, I won't say the look, but the gloss. It has a nice polished, glossy finish to it, like the original PlayStation 3 had when it first came out. So fantastic, and because of this newly rebuilt and designed 360, there have been no reports of any red ring of death on this system, making this system completely red ring of death free. So, awesome. Now, one thing I like over Xbox other than PlayStation 3, and I can't speak from experience with this because my older brother does have a PlayStation 3, is the controllers. The Xbox 360 controllers is more sturdy to me, and it just feels more comfortable. It feels sturdy, and it just feels right in the palm. It just fits right to the palm of your hand. The PlayStation 3 controller, it feels a little bit cheap, plastic, and it has a curve to it a little bit where it kind of feels uncomfortable. For as much money that Sony spent into making the system, they sure as heck didn't, I don't think, spend as much effort or time into their controllers like they should, because their controllers just aren't that durable. And I speak from experience of this because I can tell you, my older brother, who's a PlayStation 3 owner, he's gone through 3 or 4 different controllers within pretty much a year's time. With me, I've only gone through one controller with an Xbox 360. So I do think Xbox has better controllers. It's more durable than the PlayStation 3. Now, I get this question all the time when people ask me, well, what should I get, 360 or PS3? Which is better? When people ask me this question, I ask them this question. Are you someone who likes to play video games a lot? If you're a hardcore gamer who likes to play a lot of games during your downtime, or if you're someone who has kids who likes to play video games, get an Xbox 360. Because the Xbox 360 does have a wider collection of games other than PlayStation 3. And yes, partly is that because Xbox was out a year before PS3, but still it has more of a wider selection, and I think Xbox has more hit titles for their system rather than PlayStation 3. And I've also say, or are you someone who is a casual game player? You play video games, but not that much. You could go a week without playing a video game and it wouldn't bother you that much. Are you someone who's a casual player and someone who's really big on and heavy on like electronics, with the entertainment systems and, the big flat, 32-inch screen televisions and the stereo systems and the, nice home entertainment built-in theater system? If you're one of those type of people who are techie like that, then a PlayStation 3 may best suit your needs. Now, I'm not saying that PlayStation 3 owners aren't hardcore gamers, but due to the statistics that that we get in my class for game and software design. Studies show that more hardcore gamers are Xbox owners versus casual game players who are PlayStation 3 owners. So I'm not saying that all PS3 owners aren't hardcore gamers, but it's just that most of them aren't versus 360 owners. So all in all, I think it all comes down to which best system suits your needs. Like I said, if you're someone who's a casual player, don't play games that much, but play it periodically, but you're real heavy in the electronics and the home theater system stuff, get a PS3. You're someone who play games often during your downtime like I do, or if you're married and have kids, which I thank God I don't have, at least not right now. But if you're still one of those kind of guys, then get an Xbox 360. So it's really basically which system best suits your needs. Another thing I also want to mention really quick too was that I like my Xbox 360. I'm an Xbox 360 owner, and and I like PlayStation. I like PlayStation 3 as well. Both systems has their pros and their cons. There's some things that make the Xbox 360 I think better than PS3. Other things that I think PS3 has the upper edge over on 360. Like I said, both systems have their pros and cons. It's just up to you and which system best suits your needs. People always say too, well, PS3 has better graphics and Xbox graphics aren't that much. Realistically, if you were to take Grand Theft Auto, which is a game that's available for both systems, put them on both systems simultaneously on flat screen televisions, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a PS3 and an Xbox 360. There's only a 5 to 10%, I think 10% difference graphically between a PS3 graphics and 360 graphics. If you're someone who's not studying in the game development design, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between PS3 and 360 graphics simultaneously. You wouldn't be able to tell unless you study in that field to really know your stuff. Then you would know. But unless you're not in that field, to the naked eye, you really wouldn't know which is which. So both systems pretty much neck and neck visually when it comes to graphics. I do think that PS3 is a more powerful system, but I think the 360 is a more durable system. So like I said, it all just comes down to which best system suits your needs. Do you like the Xbox better? Are you an Xbox owner? Or do you like the PS3 better, and you like the PS3 better? Or are you just one of those cool people who owns both a PlayStation 3 and an Xbox 360? Let me know what you guys think about this topic. Comment, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe. Peace. This is the Game Matrix 1000 signing out.